Pozdrav svima I dobrodošli na još jedan video na kanalu Harikejn, which means greetings to all and welcome to another video on channel Harikejn. In this video I'll be doing a P-40 E Kittyhawk from Hasegawa in scale such as 1/72. Here is the model kit, as you can see. Now you may notice, or you can notice, that there's no box of the model kit. Well, the person that was selling this kit didn't have it. But the most important thing is that there are parts here, and they are all here. Not on the sprues, but they are here as far as I can see. If there are some parts that are missing, I'll find some solution for these problems. And it only has these decals, the version of the Soviet Air Force. Now, some of you are probably wondering which Air Force will it be. Well, it will be a what-if version of the Yugoslav Air Force. Let me tell you one thing that I saw on internet when I was searching for P-40. I noticed that Yugoslavia was interested in these planes, and also they were ordered as well. But they were never delivered to Yugoslavia, because on April 6, 1941, Yugoslavia entered World War II. Instead of that, these planes were sent to USSR by ship on same day when Yugoslavia entered World War II. And this is a small history, let's call it that way. Now let us do the assembly of the model kit. Here is the day 1 of the build. Here is what I have done for the day 1 of the build. I have painted the interior of the plane and also the gun sight as well. Then I have glued the wings and small flap, and also I have glued the fuselage, as you can see. Also I have painted the drop tank, as you can see. I had a difficulty of finding parts such as main gear, tank, pilot seat, and also a figure of pilot as well. I found a solution such as using some other remaining parts from the kits that I have used. I have used a seat from Zvezda kits and also a main gear from mentioned model kits as well. There were these options of doing these things when I did some of the Zvezda model kits, and also I have used a drop tank from one of the Revell model kits as well. I only didn't manage to find a figure of pilot, but it doesn't matter. What it does matter is that model kit is supposed to look good, at least for me as well. The difficulties besides searching for a replacement for the mentioned parts, I had also a problem when oil cooler, this part, was dropping down, meaning that wasn't in the right place. It was supposed to go there, and I put it and it suddenly fell down. So I managed to solve that problem as well. Other difficulty was with the instrument board. What happened is that I don't have the decals for the instrument board, so I painted to look somehow realistic as well, as you can see. Also, I have painted the place where wheels go inside, as you can see. And that's for the day 1 of the build. Here is the day 2 of the build. Here is what I have done for the day 2 of the build. I have assembled the main gears and cover for the wheels. Then I have painted the gears and covers for the mentioned wheels. I also painted the wheels, as you can see them, and that's for the lower part of the plane. Then I have painted the exhausts and machine guns as well, as you can see them. Besides that, I have painted the upper parts of the wings, and also the tail I have painted as well. I painted them in order to prepare it for putting the markings, like I did it on Stuka and on MS406. I'll put a link of these videos below, so you can watch them as well. I noticed here on model kit that the exhausts aren't separate parts. They are put together, and I noticed it when I started the assembly of the model kit as well. As for spare parts that I have mentioned in previous day of assembly, I meant to say that these are the excess parts, but it can be also called a spare parts, or perhaps the replacement parts as well. Well, that's how I call them as well. Of course, you can correct me if I am wrong. And that's for the day 2 of the build. Here is the day 3 of the build. Here is what I have done for the day 3 of the build. I have painted the aircraft, as you can see. I have painted the spots for the mentioned markings. I have used a bottle cap so I can make blue circles on the upper part of the wings, as you can see. I have also painted the tail for the mentioned markings. I have assembled a propeller, and also I have painted it as well, as you can see it. I have also assembled these drop tank holders, and I have painted it as you can see it as well. Then I glued the wheels on the plane, as you can see, and also I have painted and glued the small thing, as you can see, and it's called gun camera, like it's told here in the instructions. says here gun camera. Then I painted the canopy, as you can see, and also I have painted the rear windows, as you can see there, and I did it like it's told here in the instructions as well. The left rear window and the right rear window, as you can see in the instructions. And that's what I did for this planned day. The things that are left to do are these: some minor paintings, gluing the canopy and the rear windows, putting the decals, putting the propeller, putting the drop tank, and doing the panel lines of the plane. And that's for day 3 of the build. Here is the day 4 of the build. Here is what I have done for the day 4 of the build. I have painted the minor things that I have mentioned in the previous day of the build as well. I have glued the rear windows, the left and the right one. I have glued the canopy as well, as you can see. What I also did is I have put the propeller as well, as you can see it. What I also did is I have put the decals on the model kit, as you can see. You can also see that I have done the markings for the upper wings, and also for the tail as well, as you can see. Also, I did put the decals of the shark teeth, as you can see, and also of the shark eyes, as well as you can see it. I only didn't manage for this day to do the mentioned panel lines, which I have mentioned that I'll do them in the previous day of build. But I hope to do them as well and to finish my model kit as well. I'll probably do some minor adjustments as well if it's necessary. And that's for the day 4 of the build. Here is the day 5 of the build of P-40 E Warhawk, and also the final part of this video. I have finished the model kit, as you can see, and here are the promised panel lines that I have done as well. I have the decals of the P-40 that you have seen in the beginning of the video, meaning these stars that I have shown you. Also, I have used the decals of the Harikejn fighter Mk2, and also the decals of the P-51B Mustang. I use these shark teeth and the shark eyes, as you can see it. As for the spare parts, I have used them from Zvezda Stuka and also from the P-47D Thunderbolt as well. I used the antenna from Stuka, and I have put it to be the right landing gear. With some adjustments, you can see the results that I have done with this right landing gear. And I have used the other drop tank from the P-47D Thunderbolt, since the previous was badly done as well. It was very done badly, since the plane showed the effect of hovering on the ground, and the plane doesn't hover, and that gave very bad impression as well. The three mentioned kits, such as Harikejn, MK2, and also the P-47D and P-51B, are from Revel as well. As for me, doing the P-40 E Warhawk was an interesting experience, since I have done the model kit with the replacing parts that came useful as well. I can see the results of the work, and they are excellent. Well, for me, I don't know about you, but I'm quite happy with the results, and also with the way how is this model kit good, and how it looks good and very excellent as well. What else can I say? I can say this: Hvala vam što ste pogledali video, which means thank you for watching the video. If you like what am I doing, you can subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in next video. Until then, bye for now.